Hello and welcome everyone to episode 11 of the LCS Lunker Podcast. I'm joined by my co-hosts Eddie
I'm in pain.
and Aaron.
I'm in worse pain for separate reasons.
Today, so
Go ahead, Val. Celebrate.
let's go. I mean, I predicted it. I believed. No matter what you think, no matter what Aaron thinks, he's a hater for me always predicting Team Liquid, and here I am on top. Feels good.
Pedestal. Yeah.
It did work out during regular season for me, but on a sadder note though, this is our last episode.
Ever.
We'll be shutting down after this.
Yeah, it's over. We're liquidating. So we can't pay rent for this apartment. The landlord has been yelling at us, and we might have to move.
Tried claiming squatters' rights, did not work out.
Yeah.
Currently the police are outside, so limited recording time.
Real.
But yeah, sorry, last episode ever. Yeah, this is how it ends.
Yeah, Brandon.
Gonna be a short one today. I think that's about it.
I have to congratulate Brandon. His team finally won.
Yeah.
Something.
Any closing words for you, Eddie?
Closing words? We just started.
At the episode?
Yeah, I just
Hi,
have
Jacob.
to say.
Hi, Jacob.
Yo, dude. No, man. I'm happy that TL beat Fly, even though C9 is not there. I know Ahren, technically speaking, is getting the worst end of competitive anything, considering Tennessee's loss to Purdue. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, everything went wrong for him.
Everything.
Both sides.
Murphy's Law is capitalizing on your ass. So I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I have no will to go on.
It's over, dude. Yeah.
The worst part isn't even C9. I thought that was the worst ever. And you know what? We're not going to talk about basketball today because I will cry. But
then we keep it to
the worst part is the fact that these fuckers keep getting what they want. Oh, I'm a Cloud9 fan. Not me last year, because I was not a Cloud9 fan last year, because I'm a JoJo fan. Oh, I'm a Cloud9 fan. I get to watch my team make finals and win finals every year and go to MSI and Worlds. And ooh, APA got to go to Worlds last year. And you know what I get? Nothing for 3 splits in a row now. These guys are eating, and I get nothing. Whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think
I'll talk about
We can start with the Cloud9 versus Team Liquid.
All right.
Oh,
I'll recap Liquid after.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then a positive.
We'll start with that.
Sorry,
I'll say my piece after we've talked, because after we talked about the games themselves. Well,
yeah, Aaron's gonna be
I'll
a
let
little
you
more
introduce
depressing
it.
than me.
I'll introduce you. Well, it's
after
fine.
C9's loss, I had to like recollect. They wrote down a bunch of notes, and I'm like, okay, this is what happened. Like I tried my best to write down notes that aren't emotional. This is essentially what happened to this team, and it showed in the Team Liquid series. Like, congratulations to TL for beating C9 3-0, earning the spot at MSI. I'm disappointed C9 could not be at MSI, but I'm not disappointed at the fact that they didn't earn it, because obviously if you didn't win, you don't deserve to go. That's just how this is. This team has looked the same from week 1 to final, or technically the loser final. They have looked the same. Azir was disabled, meaning that Team Liquid was just like, oh, Azir's gone, meaning we get a free ban. Then they banned Ahri Nico, meaning JoJo can't be as dominant with other picks. And C9's win condition, as everyone knows for this split, has been JoJo Pune. And if you limit him, this entire team kind of just flops. It flops a little bit. I have notes on each individual player. I'll probably break that down a little later in the episode.
I have notes on 0 individual players and 1 note entirely belonging to,
I can only guess who.
the coaching staff.
Oh.
Because I just don't understand. It's not a player gap. It literally isn't. You watch the games. It's entirely a game plan and a draft gap. I mean, every single time they get into the game, like, you watch games with even drafts, right? They lose one fight, the game state isn't done. they get behind in one aspect, the game isn't done, right?
Yeah.
One part of their game plan doesn't go wrong, their game plan isn't done. Every single time, every single part of the game had to go right, and if they messed up one step, it was doomed. And even if it was going right, they made the game look unplayable based on what they were playing against. Because they never felt like they could be in a winning position during any fight, pretty much, unless they had already like made a huge victory beforehand.
So to say,
And they
draft
couldn't
gap-
hand stiff them. And then it gets down to the fact that when you watch them play, there's just no, it's not even draft, or it is draft gap, but like it goes beyond that to the point where they don't have a game plan, it looks like, going into the game on how they want to play the draft out, or how they want to play the series out, or like what they want to do to win games, like what steps they want to take, what's their priority during this stage of the game, what do they want to do at 2 items. It just looks like they're locking in champions and trying to beat them that way, and it doesn't work. And it like I don't think there's a single, besides top lane, and and I'm not talking about like how it looked in the thing, right? Because you could say, oh, APA played a better game than JoJo, and you'd probably be right. But if you look at it, besides probably definitely top lane, people would just say, oh, C9 has like got the better players, and it seems like they try to play just off of that, and that is like such a small point in a game when you get down to the competitive side of it.
It's a small
if
point.
You have no game plan, right? Because you have the edge over players, right? And they'll be better. And sometimes it does work. Sometimes the game you do win because you do have the better players. But if you got no game plan going into it, and they have a game plan, because guess what? JoJo Pune is better than APA. Berserker is probably better than Yon at League of Legends when it comes down to League of Legends. But if APA and Yon and Umpty and all the players, they come in with a like-minded idea of how they want to play out the game, and the other team doesn't, coordination is so much more important, and being able to like have an idea of how you want to play a game is so much more important than just being better in a competitive aspect, because
to add
when it
on
gets
to
down to
what
it,
you're
there's
saying,
just small differences.
To add on to what you're saying, Aaron, I think I remember Jat saying it before. C9's wins are only ever won off of like a really big gold lead at 15 and just banking on hands diff. If you look at the way they drafted, because to say draft gap feels very umbrella termed, so it's like specifically speaking, every lane that they drafted, there's not a lot of scaling to it compared to like whatever Team Liquid brings to the table.
Or push.
The problem is that there is push. There's just no scaling. And if you're not getting...
Not in the C9 TL series, they had like no prio.
It's overarching.
Yeah, like,
The entire season.
Yeah.
Oh, over the entire season, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, like throughout the entire season, they have drafted push before, but they don't draft a lot of scaling anymore. Like, C9 has always tried to bank on hands diffing. They tried it in the first game against Team Liquid. All right, it didn't work. In my head, I'm thinking it's a best of series, not best of one. So maybe you can like switch up how you want to play. Maybe draft more scaling to try and like go band for band with TL. They did not do that. So I do agree with you saying that this team is probably not going to be the same after the split. Something is changing. I don't think the players should change though.
No,
I don't think so.
I mean, you got to give credit to the TL coaches. They clearly just genuinely, they clearly just did better job.
They did do better.
It's such insane improvement
for C9 for sure. Is that it is just Mithy, and Vagar V2 is like off in Europe. He's off studio, and they only have High because like in LCS ruling, you have to have 2 coaches on stage. That's why High is there. But High isn't really, doing that job. So it really is realistically only Mithy.
He's like the social media like camera person for the most part.
Yeah, it's realistically only Mithy doing the whole job, which is rough. And yeah, C9 definitely should either switch up coaching staff or invest in more coaching staff, like what NRG did last split, where they had a bunch of coaches.
We lost to 7 coaches.
Yeah.
Yo, it's
I don't
so
know if it should be like
much more important.
Positional coaches in certain roles, like maybe like some help, and like JoJo doesn't need the help, but I mean someone.
No, JoJo, they all need help. They all need help because they don't have a plan.
I don't think they all need help, but I think the combination. I have like quick drafts of like notes. Berserker Vulcan. Vulcan is not known as an enchanter player, and if you look at Berserker's success, it was mostly off of enchanter supports like Winsome and Sven. Those two They were very good at playing enchanters, and Berserker's success is literally just off the backs of them.
Yeah.
And we have Vulcan, who's only enchanter, technically speaking, is like Karma, but that's not really like an enchanter. So Berserker has to play different from what he's always done, and it's not bringing out his full 100%. And you already have Vulcan out here doing the least, even though we're playing to what Vulcan likes to do. On another note, JoJo is actually just, I don't want to say useless, but he is not a cornerstone if he's not like on Azir, Nico, Ari. Azir was banned globally, so that's already a nerf to C9. Nico Ari was just straight up banned from him against Team Liquid, and I think even against Flyquest. So this dude had to be different. He had to pick something different. He picked like Hui, like Karma, sometimes Oriana, and that's not where C9's wins came from. Because JoJo likes to be the go button in any situation. Like Azir was that go button, because Azir, you can do anything. You can do anything with that champion. And even even Fudge, I have something special for Fudge actually. I don't think he's useless, because I think I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. He's been playing this way for years, because even his own success after like 2021 is just him hoping that his bot lane just like gaps and he does the least. So I don't think that man has evolved at all as a player, because every game that he plays on stage, he's getting like, I don't want to say gapped, but like he's not searching for an advantage on his own. You know what I mean? Like he's not trying to like limit test things or like be different. He's always like falling for bluffs. He's always like being obvious when his jungler's on his side of the map. Like he plays very, very, very obvious. Like it's so obvious and there's nothing special. Yeah, there's nothing special. I think
he's got to go. He's got to go.
I think this team can stay the same. I doubt he leaves. If anyone's getting off of this team, I'm putting money on Vulcan. Like I'd be willing to put money if it's a player. If it's a literal player, I'm putting money on Vulcan.
You can never have faith in Fudge. Like
no.
like that's such an issue.
Even when he
for
pops off, it's
you
literally because
win,
like
right?
Blabber's camping him.
Bwipo is known for, having all these picks, and he can be consistent. And sometimes maybe he runs it down, but that like if he's put in a good position, he can make the most of it, and he can also like know how to play out of bad situations, right? Yeah. I mean, you see so many like Bwipo out of so many lanes would come out 1-2, 1-3, 0-1-0. But it doesn't matter, because that's not like what he's trying to play to, because he understands what he's trying to play to. Impact, weak side GOAT. Been here since 2013 after he won Worlds, got his bag, but still been very good. Fucking Licorice last year, you put him on Rumble, he's doing good, or you put him on Jax, and like Fudge is either like, except for the 100 Thieves thing, but that was I'm putting that one down to a fluke, and the fact that 100 Thieves is clearly terrible. And
you want to know
the
why
one time they did
Thieves?
have a gameplay, and the one time they did have a fucking game plan, because you can't trust the guy. Like, give me a guy that you can trust to win lane.
Do you want to know why they beat 100 Thieves? It wasn't even because of Fudge. It's because JoJo had access to Nico and Ari. He literally had access to those champions. That's why they won.
I mean, I really don't think it's a champion issue as much.
No, it's not. It's the way JoJo plays. And those champions enable 100% of his potential. So it's not a champion thing. You're right.
True.
But the way JoJo wants to play this game, he can't do on Yon. He can't really do it on Talia. So when you like realize, holy shit, this dude's wins and this dude's like success is just off the backs of like a select few champions. It's like Summit. It's not the same, but it's kind of relating to Summit, where this guy only had success on like 3 characters.
And I think that's the issue, right? Because JoJo can have success on Talia and can have. I mean, he can have success on Talia or Annie or Hui. Or however, as long as the other people in that draft are doing their jobs, or have an idea of what they want to do when they play that draft. Because I think JoJo can play just as well, but maybe he's not the hyper carry of the draft, right? But he's doing his job because he understands, if I'm on Talia, Talia is a carry, but if I'm on Talia, if I'm on Annie, if I'm on, Hui, all carries, but like not in the flashy sense of Ari, where you're moving around everywhere, or Nico if you're getting those big ults, which I think
I wouldn't call it flashy, because I don't think Nico's R's are like flashy.
Where you're moving around.
It's not so much that they're flashy. It's just JoJo likes to have JoJo likes to get like a quick lead mid lane, and then do his best to spread his lead like across the map. That's what he likes doing. Like JoJo will always like get a good lead mid lane, and then try to spread that at every objective that comes up.
I mean, Talia's really good at doing that.
Yeah. But like I said, he's earned that off of 3 certain characters, and once the team could realize that, that's when you limit that, because you can't really do that on Karma, because Karma can't really like move around the map like that. And with Orianna, you aren't the go button. You're putting the ball on somebody to be the go button. Like it, just the way he plays, just can't. It can't work in certain characters. So I think C9 has to find like a different approach. They have to find like a different approach, because even in Blabber actually, before even Jojo Pune joined the team, Blabber was the biggest shot caller on that team. And maybe he is just not in his form, because now if you have Jojo Pune here, who is essentially like taking away what you used to do, so maybe that makes you play different.
Well, he's not shot calling.
No,
maybe
he's not. But like, it's the big plays. It's like the team fight plays. It's mostly, it used to be Blabber, and now it's so the chemistry just isn't there. This team is just that's pretty much all I had for notes, is that this team has to change the way they want to play, or just find someone that's willing to be like a supporting role, because Berserker can't really be a supporting role person. Like you put him on like utility.
He shouldn't be. He's ADC.
Yeah, he's ADC. Like he hasn't touched any.
But Blabber's good on the supporting.
He hasn't touched like Jinx, and even though they're not the best ADCs now, like this guy hasn't really like opened up to anything, and that's because of Vulcan. But that's also because of Jojo Pune, because Jojo Pune's the main character of the team. This team is just, something's gonna change.
It's all over.
Will change. Something will change. But
it's how it goes with just the super teams, and yeah, I'm not sure what is in store for changes. Could be like obviously getting a positional coach for Fudge, like Darshan is a free agent. That could work well. Like how NRG has Toaz as positional coach for Dokla, or changing the ball lane.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he's the positional coach for top.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's a lot of the reason for Dokla's recent success. I personally think, but I mean, it's they were posted as a super team, and this is how it is. It is disappointing. It's still third. It's not where they wanted to be, but it's still obviously a good placing regardless.
If this were summer split, we'd still see Worlds. So that's why I don't think they should like change players. I really don't think so. At the end of the day, this is third place. Like obviously it's an 8-team like league, but they still would have made Worlds with this. And I'm happy that they made it this far. Not where they want to be, not where I want to see them like at. But if they change the way they play, we can make a difference. Like I actually think we can like go in there and do something.
I watched the most unwatchable games I've ever seen. Though,
100%. Game 2, Game 3, Game 2, Game 3.
No, all three series were just completely unwatchable from draft, from every. Draft, from how they played lanes, from how they played team fights. Berserker gets 5 kills and it looks good, and then they throw that somehow because they don't play off of it, or they don't no plans ever. No plans.
It was square one.
Yeah. Speaking of Berserker getting 5 kills, that C9 video of Berserker like completely going off on his team, dude. Like, even seeing this loss, I know Berserker's taking it the hardest. Because he talked about how in scrims, like, obviously, when you're scrimming against other teams, you want to learn. And he said it was okay to make mistakes, but why are we just brushing it off like it's nothing? Like, they do goofy things, and all of a sudden it's just like, oh, my bad, and then they move on. And Berserker was pissed about that. Bro was out here slamming doors, bro. My king slamming doors, this dude is passionate. He wants to win.
Punching doors.
Dude, I was ready to cry, because I'm like, oh shit, like it's serious, like something internal is happening in that team, and I am so sad. I feel most sad for Berserker, because this dude actually wants to win. Fudge, his job is not being challenged, so that's why he does the least. But
I think I need him gone. I think I need him gone. I say
give him another split. I would give him one more.
He just keeps regressing. I want a top laner I can trust. I can't trust this guy.
Huh? At worst?
What do I trust this guy on? I don't. Oh, he plays Renekton, and then he playing. If you're put on Renekton duty, you're ass. You're completely ass. No one has any faith in you. It's different than picking Renekton.
I wouldn't.
It's different than picking Renekton, right? Like Impact, they pick Renekton. He's got other options. Blippo, they pick Renekton. He's got other options. Every time Fudge picks Renekton, it's like, this is the thing that won't throw us the game,
And
despite the
that
fact
goes
it
back
doesn't
to what
work
I
us for
said.
draft.
Fudge can't play Renekton because he's so used to just playing a basic lane. Like, he's not testing any limits. So that's why I do agree with you. Him on Renekton is just not what anyone wants to see. And even him on Aatrox, like, he's not a top laner who tests boundaries or limit tests in games. Like, this guy just wants to see a victory screen and doesn't care how he gets it.
It feels like some sort of complacency for how bot lane's just been for the last
all of last year,
2 years.
it was just Berserker's Ven. It was just like Berserker's Ven, and he just did the least. He knew that if he did nothing and went even at best, he would win the game.
Yep.
So I do understand that wanting him out the team. I think Fudge would probably go, but I don't think they're gonna give him another split. But like I said, if they were to remove anyone now, it'd be Vulcan. I'm putting money on that.
Who do you get for support? There's so many top lane options. Who do you get for support?
There's not very much support
Sven lives
options
in their house, bro. Sven literally lives at the C9 house.
Bro, Sven does not want to play support.
Huh? He doesn't.
He doesn't.
But you have to remember that the idea that he could be support, like I like the fact that, like, with Vulcan, he at least knows that his job can be challenged. Like, his job could like, he could be very well replaced. And I think Sven could do his best to, like, like, push that.
I don't know. I think you got a lot of top. You can get Revenge. You can get. I mean, not necessarily one Revenge. You get Licorice.
I thought Revenge. Yeah, Revenge.
Revenge tired.
Oh, Revenge did retire.
Licorice. You can look in Academy and get like 30. Right?
Yeah, you can get 30, or you can get like real crazy with it and pick up Thanatos. But that's real crazy with it, and I don't expect that. But if they did that, that would be kind of fucking hype. Get a Korean for. No, don't get Tenacity. No, yeah, I'd rather have Fudge. Nothing against Tenacity. I just don't feel like developing a motherfucker unless they're Korean.
I wouldn't say that.
I love NA talent.
Yeah.
But like,
we already have our NA talent.
I've seen Tenacity in Split and JoJo and Vulcan. I don't mind using import slots.
It's okay. This team will. Yeah. I don't doubt like they'll bounce back. Like, they'll find.
I don't know. Biggest issue is coaching, in my opinion. So we'll see.
I agree
with that. It's like it's unwatchable.
C9 issues aside, I wish to give Vile Dynamite his space.
All right.
Yay.
Talk about TL and the triumphant win over C9 and Flyquest. Can we talk about Dodo first? Because I think that'd be funny.
Dodo. Yeah, you can have a little Dodo.
Talk about, I don't know if we ever covered it, but Dodo talking about how Jojo Pyun could have joined TL, but Jojo Pyun wanted to play with Double Lift, and Dodo
wanted to play Berserker.
Wait, I thought he wanted to play with Double Lift, not Berserker.
He wanted to play with.
It was Double Lift. He wanted to play with Double Lift. I remember, but Dodo said that he doesn't like
Double Lift.
Double Lift
Wanted to play with JoJo.
No, Double Lift said he would get out of retirement if it was JoJo that he was playing with. Like, he was at the time they were contemplating, because this was like last year, before like anything was finalized. But yeah, and Dodo just doesn't like working with Double Lift, and Double Lift doesn't like working with Dodo. And because Dodo was already on TL, he just straight up said no. Like, he just straight up said no to Jojo Pyun joining the team, because he did not want Double Lift on the team at all. And let's just say, Team Liquid didn't even need Jojo Pyun, bro. They did not need him at all.
The goat.
I'm giving TL all credit. Jan put in work. APA put in work. Dodo gets to keep his job after lifting that trophy. I was dying because I completely forgot about that situation. And I see Dodo lifting the trophy, and I'm like, he's not even celebrating the fact they won. He's celebrating the fact he's still employed.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, TL. I'm so happy. But like, Impact look great. So I mean, first off, congrats to Spawn. This is his first split with the team as a head coach, and he got to lift the trophy. He got to be coordinated. I mean, he said himself that like working with Impact and Core, is one of the easiest things because
Okay,
you
give
already know
Impact the
how
bag.
the game is gonna
Give
go.
Impact the bag. There you go.
Impact is so good.
Come
He's
on,
been so
Cloud9.
good for so long, so consistently. He is. It's great to see. And all right, I can go just down the list of Impact. We already mentioned it, I guess. So, but Umti, my dark horse. I mean, I guess he was
The
a dark
general,
horse.
baby.
The general. Not many people like import from LCK from a bottom tier team like Brian. Okay, Brian Esports. And I mean,
Shouts
he
to
got a
Brian for
pentakill.
tweeting. Shouts to Brian for tweeting about Umti making it to MSI.
Once a bro, always a bro.
For real.
Yeah, I mean, he got the pentakill, the second ever pentakill
Mhm,
for an
mhm.
LCS jungler. Also a Team Liquid as well. Just crazy, by the way. There's been like no jungle pentakills.
That's because junglers
Um,
they play champions that don't have resets, and they normally don't take kills anyway.
I guess
Like
that's true.
the first jungler
APA,
pentakill was what, Piosic on Viego, so that was a
Yeah,
reset
that's
champion.
Actually, I changed my
first
mind.
one.
I changed my mind. Keep everyone. Get rid of JoJo Pion. JoJo Pion goes to Flyquest. That's my ideal. There you go.
I did think about that a
Right
lot.
now. Right now, actually. Right now.
C9 did win the bidding war for JoJo, so. And then Live Sandbox came in, and then they had to bid higher.
It's
just
sorry,
crazy.
sorry. You can keep going, but
JoJo? I didn't know this.
yeah.
That was like one of the big things. Yeah.
Should've
So yeah, APA stepped it up big time throughout playoffs in general. Right, versus the C9 game and the Flyquest game. The Flyquest game, he didn't even pick Ziggs in the finals. So he played like 3 games of Talia and 1 game of Asol. Which, by the way, that one clip on
I
Bobo
thought it was banned. Oh no, it wasn't banned every game. I lied.
was not banned every game.
Oh, because the third game, Flyquest fucked up with their ban.
Yeah, they didn't get a ban.
Yeah, he didn't even play in the finals. That's never mind. Yeah, he's him.
Yeah, he played 3 Talia games and 1 Asol game. The 1 Asol clip where Whippo was looking at the top 5. I mean, I feel that. That happens to me sometimes. It's happened to me during our scrims a couple times. Not during an official game, luckily for me. But
just looking away.
I feel it. I mean, it's just how it is. Like, you pay too much attention to the top fight. I mean, to be fair, like as a gangplank, you do kind of have to do that with like your ult, which he did use. And dying like that is very tilting. But yeah, APA stepped it up really big.
Whippo was the 6th man of the year for that series.
Yeah, he did underperform heavily in that series. Yeah, good job to APA. He's been in the LCS for a year now. Wins in his second half, his second split.
I think the person
very
that
proud of
really
that.
deserved the win the most on TL that I'm happy won, Core JJ. This man hasn't seen
I agree.
success in a minute. Steve keeps giving him opportunities, which I'm very happy about, because Core is kind of like, dude. I've closely watched the way Core plays in solo queue because of Tyler Wood's clips and the way he plays at LCS, dude. Yo, honestly, I think this is Core. I don't know if Core's always played like this, because I feel like this is so much easier to do on Rakan, but he'll do it on Tom Kench. He'll do it on Nautilus, where he just sends it. He sends it during opportunities that just look so bad, but they just work.
And sometimes they don't. Like the game they lost, which he did lose that game, but
Yeah, but in the end,
he does go find it.
Yeah, he just obviously it'll be feast or famine. I won't compare it to the Shy, but to some degree, this guy is low key feast or famine with every play that he does. Yeah, yeah, the professor.
Yeah, and then Yawn as well. Most kills in a single series, beating FBI.
He had
He
the
looked pretty
most
good.
He had the most kills technically in an entire the entirety of playoffs.
Yeah, the entirety of playoffs.
Yeah, I what you kept labeling the stat line, talking about how TL technically, not even technically, like literally speaking, played more games in playoffs than they did in the regular split.
Yeah, they played 19 games in playoffs and then 14 in the regular season.
I like how APA calls it experience, because he's like, you know what, we're in the losers bracket, that's fine, we can make a run. Aaron would know that EG's losers run with Jojo Pune was huge.
Yep.
And TL makes their own like losers run. Maybe the losers run is real. Like maybe that's what we got to do now. Like Cena has to like sack the first round in winners and then just make a run. I think that's the way to do it.
I think they need to have a fucking brain.
Yeah. I mean, what was it? Summer 2023.
Yeah, we're looking
In
at
summer 23. It's been a while. I mean, summer 23, first place did win the LCS, and then Cloud9 won the before in second place. But yeah, it's been like EG was sixth. I mean, Golden Guardians was in the final as sixth seed. Also, NRG was fifth seed. Team Liquid now is fourth seed, and they won. I guess it is more 50-50. They also mentioned that stat line in the playoffs where it's like the team coming from the lower bracket versus the team in the upper bracket. It was also 50-50 of who won that. Just, I think that was an interesting stat line. But yeah, Team Liquid, yeah, Jan, he performed. They both the carries but definitely performed more big time. I mean, like they got so much flack in the early season, the beginning. Nobody really thought they would win. I had my doubts, but I mean, I still believed most of the time.
You know what the worst part of it is?
what?
Now that TL won, I gotta wake up at fucking 3 a.m. to watch Flyquest because there was no way I was waking up at 3 a.m. to watch APA, and
Holy
now I gotta
shit,
do it with
MSI is
Flyquest
in
'cause I have
China.
to
I have just
actually.
remembered.
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
And now I was so content. I'm like, you know what? I don't care about playing stage. I hope TL makes it past, but I'm just not interested because I don't like watching this TL team play. Though they are actually doing pretty good macro. I'm gonna give them no credit there.
Yeah,
It's just
they're the best macro team by far.
I just don't want to watch them play because I have such deep hatred in my heart for them, and I'll still cheer for them. But it's 3 a.m. man. I'm not getting up at 3 a.m. to watch APA. But inspired Whippo, Jensen, Busio, Masu. Unfortunately, I have to. So that's the worst part about the win.
Well, I mean, I went over my thoughts. We can talk about Flyquest, I guess.
Yeah. I'm happy TL won because I think after C9 lost, I had to obviously change my prediction to TL beating Flyquest, and I'm happy they did. But I feel terrible for Inspired, Masu, Busio, and Jensen because this dude Whippo was actually 6th man of the year. Okay, Masu, Busio, obviously they're holding their own against Jan and Core JJ. That lane is stable for the most part. It's stable. Jensen becoming an Annie merchant all of a sudden. I was actually kind of shocked because TL made sure to ban Oriana because if Jensen's on that pick, you're actually asking to lose. They got rid of Ari. I think they got rid of Ari for 2 of the games. So it kind of limited what Jensen could do because obviously Azir is gone because they can't do that. And I've never seen Jensen play Nico in his life. So he's stuck with 2 different. Well, at first I thought he was just going to stick with Karma the entire series. And then he decides to play Annie. And I don't know what runes this man. This man brought Grasp for the lane against Aurelion Sol. He eventually brought Phase Rush against Talia just so he could be able to bob and weave the Talia knockup, which I think I'm with. But he literally did his best. And even Inspired, bro, the one win they earned, Inspired's Lee Sin, this guy's actually playing with a protractor on his screen. So many of the engages, even the one where he baited the team near Baron Pit. In the river near Baron. This guy is just, I feel so bad because Whippo just threw away all their hard work. I give credit to TL obviously because Impact gapped him, but to some degree, Whippo he forgot winning was an option. He definitely did. There's not much to say about that.
Yeah, full honesty, y'all viewers, I did not watch a single game of the finals because I was busy watching an even worse game of basketball that was significantly more important to me. So I have no idea what happened and I cannot comment. But yeah, Whippo ass. Fuck that guy. I know.
Wow, do you have anything to say about the Flyquest team? Because I know we were there in VC watching this shit live.
It was interesting. I mean, I can take away the good takeaway, which is that Masu looked probably the best out of the team playing there.
That dude on Callista is actually so much fun to watch.
Masu definitely performed the best out of his team during that series, which is very, I mean, and they talent. But they in general they looked very disconnected. Like Busio wanted to try and go for a play, so then Spark could steal the dragon in the first streak in the first game, and it didn't really work out well. They were
Masu was farming bot. I remember that. Masu was farming bot, and they were looking like they wanted to take that Drake, and then Inspired ends up burning his flash, and I think he died too actually.
Well, Inspired didn't die, but Busio did, which I mean, the same impact, but. Yeah, it was rough. They definitely looked more disconnected than before. TL was by far the way significantly better.
Low key,
the day.
I'm looking at it now. C9 from 2022 at Worlds, Orianna was disabled, and Jensen couldn't do shit. And TL banning Orianna is actually a cheat code, because Jensen, he did something. I'm not gonna say you're gonna say he did nothing, but like, he's so limited, dude. I think the way some people have to play when they don't get this like a certain champion that unlocks the way they like playing, dude, they're not at 100%. Dude, I think I'm more focused on Jensen because this was Jensen's meta, and then Azir was just straight up like disabled. Oh, dude, C9 getting hoed by a disable, and now Jensen getting hoed by like a ban and a disable. The best part is actually, I think I have to label one of APA's strengths. Even if Team Liquid bans Orianna, Ahri, Nico, it doesn't matter to them. Because APA can just I don't want to say he plays whatever, but he'll play anything that hard scales. Like, you're not going to see Jensen or Jojo Pin play Asol. You're never going to see that. But APA is willing to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of APA, I can't believe we completely glossed over this. This dude is a typer. They started calling this guy Yappa.
Yappa.
This dude is a typer. Low key.
He is a Yappa,
I think typing was his buff. Forget the bans, forget the strategies. Yo, typing was his buff. Literally just being in someone's head the entire time. I think I remember Berserker in one interview was like, okay, for the games where Jojo Pune and APA like during the regular season would play, I think actually when he was fighting against Jojo Pune like way back when, he would say that he had to mute them. Like, he knew that there were certain people that he just had to mute because all they would do is type. And, like, I feel like muting people means you lost. It literally means you lost because you know they're typing. Then you can't see it. Oh, dude, it's such a mind game. I can't wait for APA to be pulling this shit against, like, Korean and Chinese players. Because they're probably, I think a good amount of them speak and read English. But the ones that don't understand it, I hope APA learns, like, I hope he's learning different languages, just how to shit talk in like Korean and Chinese. I think that would be hilarious if he did. But don't worry, Aaron. You want to know why? MSI, we become the most patriotic people in the world, baby. TL Flyquest. What the fuck is a kilometer, baby? MSI, the mid-season
I'm him on these New
Invitational.
York Times connections, bro. Everyone was talking about the April Fool's one. This shit was free.
April Fool's, guys.
Not that I was doing. Not that that's what I was doing while you were talking about the series, but just had to point that out.
Yeah, it's April 1st, guys. C9 won. Vile is secretly
Well,
sad.
that's what I was trying to do with ending the episode early with April Fool's. But maybe I should have prepped that beforehand.
Nah, it's whatever. Yeah, the police are still outside, so we can't.
Yeah, I gotta wrap it up.
We'll have to wrap it up eventually. But MSI, wait, do we just go to China for MSI to record the podcast?
Guess so.
I guess we're going to China. Everyone got their passports?
Mm-hmm.
How easy is it to get to China?
I think we can go by boat. Where are we now?
But as Americans, though, how easy is it to get into China?
They'll love us.
We just head over.
Yeah, we play Valorant and League. We'll be fine. They hear us. They hear us praising China.
They'll know.
Yeah, they know.
I played in the 17th super server. They know me.
What
they know me.
Fuck?
Yeah. Well, MSI thoughts. I mean,
I don't think anything will top last year's MSI. That was probably like my favorite, like the underground theme. I even liked the music they had for it. Like I loved that. I don't know how they're gonna top it.
China's gonna get a cooler theme going.
I swear to God, if they have another theme with dragons, which I think they will, because it's the year of the dragon. I'm just gonna fall asleep.
Yeah. Maybe something orchestral. They are in like a
They're not doing rap music, bro. It's gonna be pop songs.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking like orchestral, like strings and stuff. 'Cause it's in the whatever orchestra rooms are called.
A theater? Amphitheater?
Not a theater.
Uh,
I'm not sure. I don't remember. But yeah, I mean it's huge. It's like 7,800 seats
Okay.
compared to like NA was where you have like what?
I don't know how many of these games I'm gonna be watching, but I'm gonna see if I can just watch NA. If it's
For
an
sure.
NAEU matchup, I have to watch. Like I'm going to
Oh.
set an alarm clock. I have to watch it. Like it's actually the law.
Yeah, well, sending Aaron permission to the mid-season invitational 2024 spreadsheet that I'm working on.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a spreadsheet for this shit. We're gonna be in China. We're gonna be playing League in China. Yo, team, y'all ready? China got like 30.
I am
excited,
excited.
bro.
I'm very curious to see. I mean, Flyquest is gonna have to play through play-in. Team Liquid is already up in the playoff bracket.
Low key, having Flyquest in play just sounds a lot easier. Then I think I sound more. I think I sound weird saying it, but I'm more confident in Flyquest play and run than TL's play and run.
That's fair.
I
don't
feel like they're
that.
just gonna plow through it. Like it's not gonna be 50-minute bangers.
I mean, we'll see how it goes. They had to fight. I mean, there's LPL second seed, LEC second
Will
seed.
VCS even be there after their whole scandal?
I think so. A lot of teams are signing new players and stuff.
It's gonna be
Like
a mess, bro.
SOFM, SOFM. I don't know why I said SOFM.
Yeah.
SOFM got re-signed.
Isn't that the SoftBank Hawks?
That's in PCS.
Never mind. Different team.
SOFM, the player from
Player. I don't even know who this guy is.
You don't know him? That was that's the jungler from the 2020 World Finals.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Was he on is it Sung? I forgot the team's name. It was the
Suning?
lion. It was the lion logo. I forgot.
Yeah, he was the jungler for Suning. He's
Oh.
Vietnamese.
Dume.
He's very well known for like his Rengar and such.
Gotcha.
So he was retired for a while, but now he's back. He also was with BLG at the very end of the Worlds last year,
Okay.
helping out about. So, but he's playing again recently. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, PCS is also looking interesting. Like the SoftBank Hawks Gaming.
Can we talk about how the
I mean,
LEC might not see
yeah.
success in MSI? Because their region is actually just a mess with all their games. Like, obviously, G2 is going to put in work.
Well, G2 is going to put over. Today, G2 just stomped Fnatic. Like, just stomped. It wasn't even close. 20 minutes.
I saw the graphic of some like a Fnatic graphic saying, yeah, we lost to G2. And then G2's social media account just retweets, like, absolute ass. And it's like the old dude saying absolute cinema. Dude,
It was like a 20-minute game for the second one. It was so fast.
Dude, I was laughing. Actually hilarious.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
Tim,
not very much.
I don't have anything else to add.
I guess we should plan. I think do we just go on break until a week before MSI?
Yeah, it's not even a break, bro. We gotta escape the police and find our way
We
to
could do
China.
one in the middle too. There's probably going to be some announcements and stuff, pickups or rumors, maybe. We'll see.
Let's see. We shall.
Real. When the menu starts to cultivate, that's when we'll drop an episode.
Once again, no more JoJo Pune for a while. Yay, yay me! I can't wait.
What
to
if our
watch this
viewers are
guy
celebrating just so you can't talk about them?
Yay. Wow.
He's gonna talk about
He's
him.
gonna find a way to
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about him.
wait, yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're
That
gonna
doesn't
find a way
stop
to
me.
talk about him.
Regardless.
Well, I got nothing else.
Me neither. Hi, Jacob.
Kill